Hello, Coach Magazine Global audience. Today we are at 13th of 5 o'clock Tea Talk live webinars. We are here today with Dr. Umut Ahmet Tarakci. He is the co-founder and senior trainer and coach of House of Human Education Coaching and Consulting firm since 2011. Umut is the writer of the book Mastering of Life Happiness and co-writer of the book Professional Coaching. He is the creator of Professional Coaching, recognized by ICF, Master Coaching, recognized by AC, Body Language for Coaches, Student Coaching. He is using a cognitive behavioral coaching approach in his sessions. Using cognitive behavioral coaching with local culture, he invented Renaissance technique, which emphasizes do what you think. His life purpose is to create a social act which aims to keep a volunteer coach in every middle and high school in Turkey. He is the chair of Turkish Council for Association for Coaching, AC, since 2013. He was an officer in the Turkish Navy. He finished his doctorate in business administration and management. Hello, welcome, Dr. Umut Ahmet Tarakci. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm okay. Nice to be here with you, and I'm very excited about to speak in English about coaching because it is important to announce what we are here doing in Turkey about coaching by the Coach Magazine Global. I hope we are going to say something to everyone. Uh, of course, about me a little bit, but about the coaching world here in Turkey. So I'm
Yes.
very happy and I'm very excited.
Yes, I am very curious about so many topics about you. After I introduce you with your mini bio, there are very insightful questions that I'm going to ask you today. I'm sure our audience will enjoy the conversation with you today. It's 5 o'clock in London. It's 8 o'clock. Thank you for your precious time from your home after a long day, probably being with us is very precious for us. Thank you so much. And before I start asking my question, I would like to announce all the audience to don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your supports are very valuable. Without your support, we cannot be seen for the global audience. And maybe for the future events, you may would like to turn on the bell. I would like to start with this because after the webinars, nobody listens till the end, maybe. So I wanted to start with that. So my first question, Dr. Tarakcı, you had a diverse career from being an officer in the Turkish Navy to becoming a coach and writer. How did your background influence your coaching philosophy and approach today?
Yes. Uh, First of all, you are right. My background really affected my coaching style. It's true. Because when I was in Navy, my job is related with the sea mines. So every time when I try to find a sea mine with my ship, our ships, Navy, it is always something that being dead or alive. So this means that you need to think about what the life is meaning. So every time when I try to do my job in Navy, I always think uh, about being, be about doing. So it is something that, in my perspective, being and doing is the same thing, not the different things. Because to be alive, you should do the right things in Navy. So when I try to create Renaissance technique, this is the cognitive behavioral uh, style, but it depends on this idea. Being and doing is the same thing, so you should do what you think, and by doing you can stay alive. This is the idea that is coming from the Navy itself. And another one is that every time when you want to go a sail, you have to prepare a chart. In that chart, you need to show what you are going. You have to plan all the details of your travel, of your trip. So, which means in my coaching style, I always help my coaches to think about their programs, their targets, and try to make detailed routes for themselves. So these are coming from the Navy part, and also in Navy, we are the ones who think about the other people. In the ship, you have to think about all the people, not living by yourself. So when I am doing coaching, especially in executive coaching, I always try to figure out what the executive surrounded by whom, uh, who is or she is touching with the others, how they are touching. So this kind of things is very important for me because they are living in the same ship. What I'm thinking like that. So these are the points that coming from my past, let's say.
Yes, yes, everyone at least at the age of, after 30s, 40s, things changing career is very difficult. How can I start a new career? But you are not starting from the zero line. You have so many experiences, so you're putting them together, you create something very good with these skills. And yes, as a coach, I got my certification 4 years ago. Maybe I'm a toddler in coaching right now at this age, but I don't feel like a newborn baby, at least because I have my experiences before. So I
Yes.
am building on them. It's very amazing. Yes,
Yeah. Seda, uh,
yes.
as you know, the minimum number of days to start coaching, training days, 9 days here in Turkey, about 60 hours or something like that. And in 60 hours, you learn how to start coaching. It is just the beginning. Also, in that 60 hours, people learn how to ask questions. Always, we are talking about that when I'm teaching about coaching. They are saying how we can make best questions. What I am saying, use the technique that I teach you, but use the background what you brings to the coaching. All the all the past, all the thoughts that you have all created, because coaching is about uh, of course asking, but not asking just for that training parts, asking questions using your past. So this is the idea. This is the idea coaching. This is the something that which makes coaching really a good job.
Yeah, you create your own ways with your own
Yeah.
background, with your own coaching questions. You just learn the path, how to behave, how to have this mindset into coaching. Then all the rest up to you. Yes, thank you
Yeah.
so much. So
Yes.
my second question, you mentioned the Renaissance technique that you developed, which combines cognitive behavioral coaching with local culture. Can you share more about this technique and how it helps clients do what they think?
It is something that here in Turkey, people like to talk about their lives. You can talk with your coach 10 hours. It is very easy to talk about that. But when it comes to doing, you know, we are not so keen. We are not so ready to do. So, uh, by looking to this reality, I created a program, uh, I technique, let's say, about the Renaissance. It is the name is Renaissance, which contains that just to think, just to feel, and after thinking and feeling, please create an act according to your thoughts, according to your feelings. If you can't do that, it is broken, you know. This three part should be together: thinking, feeling, and acting, doing. So, what I created a program which emphasized the thinking and feeling words separately, and also acting, doing words separately. So we are combining them together. So at the beginning of our coaching session, we are talking about thinking and feeling. At the end of the coaching session, we are talking about the acts, doing, about doing part. So, but we are doing it separately. You know, this is the difference. Uh, we are talking it by separating these two things differently. So this helps a lot, because what I saw, if people can separate uh, feeling and thinking and doing, they can uh, criticize if they can do the right thing or not. If they can't separate it, they can't criticize it, they can't measure it. So this is the idea, to separate and to measure if you are doing what you are thinking.
I love also the name of this technique, Renaissance. How did you come up with this name?
Yeah, because you know, the world, I believe, has changed with Renaissance. The Renaissance is the meaning is the changing, real big development in the art. But the idea changing in the art, it is about changing in the thinking. So if you are thinking as you were yesterday, it is not helping you. You should do a renaissance of yourself. So this is coming from the thinking about yourself, uh, creating a new art of you.
So it's self-developing idea, that mindset. It's really resonates with the name. I like it very much. Yes. My next question is: your life purpose is to have a volunteer coach in every middle and high school in Turkey. What inspired this mission, and what progress have you made towards achieving it?
Yeah. Here in Turkey, and maybe all over the world, the teenagers need to learn about themselves. If they learn about themselves, they can make good choices. They can choose the right schools, they can choose the right friends. But who is going to teach them? Who is going to make coaching to them? This is the question, you know? The right people should be teachers, fathers, mothers. Okay? These are the uh, people who can help teenagers, you know? So for teacher sides, there should be a coach in every school, not coaching to the students, but helping the teachers to learn coaching, to do coaching, and this coach will help the school become co- a coaching culture school. So this is the idea. And for the fathers and mothers, I did create a program, of course in Turkish, koçvari annebaba.com. Uh, father and mother as coach, let's say in English. And in this website, in Turkish website, I'm trying to teach people how to become coach of their children, their teenagers, so their siblings. So this is the idea. So I believe every young person should get a coaching from father, mother, or teacher to know himself, herself, to become a real person, uh, not doing it as I did when I was 35. It is it should be about 20 years before. Uh, that is the idea. 15 years old, they should start to understand themselves. This should be done by coaching. Yeah, this is the idea.
Yeah, it is very amazing. There are also facts, research about this. I read in the book of Sue Johnson. Maybe you know what Love Sense, the book. They are sharing the results of this research
Mm.
in several countries, in Canada, in Australia. They made lessons about empathy in the primary schools, and there were these very naughty children, very you know some kind of problematic children. And after these empathy classes, they became very much mature, better, focusing in the classes,
Mm.
focusing on the other children. Yeah, it is a very amazing idea, and I'm so glad that somebody is doing this in Turkey too. Thank you so much for that. And my
Mm.
next question is the
I
chair of
haven't
Turkish.
read Seda that book, but mm, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it.
Okay, thank you so much. My next question is, as the chair of the Turkish Council for the Association for Coaching, AC, you've been deeply involved in the coaching community. How do you see the coaching landscape evolving both in Turkey and internationally?
Uh, there are some, of course, problems here in Turkey about coaching sites, and uh, I should start from there, from Turkey. Uh, Here, the we don't have a real big community uh, who can limit the coach with ethical problems. We need a community, a big community, let's say, who can limit the coach in ethical dilemmas, who can limit the coach about their professions, who can help coach about the other issues. It should be done by government, or a kind of government, a group of people. But here we need that one, I believe. And also here in Turkey, also in international part, I believe we have a missing part. The missing part is about the limits of coaching, because here in Turkey everybody is doing coaching in every subject, Seda, which is not good from my perspective, because uh, every coach can help anybody in any issues. This is not true. This is not true. So coach in the world should make a standard announcement to the people, saying that coaches are working in these subjects with these methods. It should be measurable. It should be scientific. Okay, so this is the biggest problem from my point of view about coaching, to make limitations to our coaching subjects and to announce it. to the people, to our clients.
So in internationally, what I see is coaches are more into their niche areas. They announce their niche areas at the beginning. They go for parent coaching. They go for young children coaching or executive career coaching. They are separating their niches and not doing all the things at all once. You're right. That's a very
Seda, Seda, but it is not enough yet, because, for example, let's choose adult coaching. In adult coaching, we should also create niche of adult. I mean, just to name it, what we are working in adults,
relationship, maybe.
every coach should emphasize it. Yeah, yeah. So, but these are the things that coaching community should talk on it, not the coach himself only. It is not, because if coach himself is creating his limits, it is not true. These limits should created by our community, and this is the uh, absent milestone in coaching, I believe.
Hopefully, it will get into effect soon. And in your coaching manifesto that I read from LinkedIn, you emphasize continuous learning and embracing feedback. Could you share some key lessons or experiences that you have contributed to your personal and your professional growth as a coach?
Uh, what I am learning from the life is, I should say that about feedback. The best feedback that you can have is from yourself. That is why every day after coaching, I am giving my reflective practice to myself so I can improve. This is the one thing that I am trying to follow every time. This helps me a lot, helps me a lot. Second thing is producing in a niche area. If you go to niche area, Seda, you can learn a lot. You can deep dive a lot. So you learn about that subject a lot, which helps you to open your mind to the other areas also. What I am saying, choose one niche area, go there. If you go deeply and deeply there, then you will understand the other areas also. This helps you something like that. So I am very keen to choose a niche area. And thirdly, uh, be productive. If you try to write a book or write or create a YouTube video, you should think about that. You should know what I am doing, what I am thinking, what I want to tell. So this helps you learn rapidly. Uh, what I am trying to say, if you want to give what you have to the other people, you should write to yourself. You should to show it. You should think about that area. Be productive. So you are learning uh, really fast, I believe.
And what you say about the second thing that came to my mind, another book by Jules Payot. I don't know if you know The Willpower. And he is talking about being very specific about what you are doing, be deep into that subject. Then you know how to get over the obstacles, how to manifest, how to project obstacles beforehand, and then how to overcome that. And by learning that, you will be an expert for another area. You will copy that concept to the other areas of your life.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is very important.
This is the idea. Yeah, this is the idea. This is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, thank you. And my last question. You also have authored books and created coaching programs recognized by major coaching organizations. What advice would you give to aspiring coaches looking to make a meaningful impact in the field and gain recognition for their work?
Uh, the the important thing, I believe, as I said before, being in a niche area and be productive. But plus that too, you should be with the right person. Seda, if you are for example, I am the AC Turkey president, as you said here. I am learning a lot from SM4 Coaching Global, a lot, you know, from Catherine, from Alex, from Victoria. I am learning a lot because I am working with them. They are learning and they are teaching to me. Also, the same is uh, vice versa. The, so my suggestion is to create a good environment, good people around you who are willing to be with you, who are willing to work with you. So it is very important. And another one is just to try something. For example, when I created first program for ICF here in Turkey, this is going uh, used to be it was the first program in Turkey created in Turkish and accredited from ICF about 12 years ago, 13 years ago. First program here in Turkey. Nobody tried it before me. So I can suggest the people try and see. Don't think before trying, Everybody is thinking like that. If I can do, if I can't do, etc. Just to see it and then you will change it. We can call it be do have as a program. First feel, be who I am, what I want. Act, do, then later learn, have. This is the idea. And the after the years when coming to agile coaching, agile programs, agile leadership, they called agile. What I learned from Agile is just like that. Think, do, then later create, later learn. You know, not just first learn, second do. Just do, second learn. So the sequence is learning is after doing. This is the idea. So what can I suggest the coach? Please do first, think later. I think, yeah, I know when you first hear this, it is something absurd. What do you mean first do, later think? But this is the idea. This is the learning of a new era. So I prefer first do, then learn.
It's not something like that they don't know anything that they are going to learn on the way. They already know things. They are going to start doing it. By doing it from the mistakes, they will learn more. And that's how I started
Yeah.
coaching. I got my certification first, and I was like sitting, the COVID came, and I was like, what am I going to do? Like, okay, like how old I am, who is going to talk, listen to me, who am I to talk people, these kind of things. Then one day I said, okay, I learned a lot of things. When am I going to share this? I have to start to sharing this. So that's how I started. You're right. We need to execute first, then learn from our mistakes and go do again.
Seda, one more thing that I want to say to coaches who are listening. Uh, the values of a coach should be proper to his vision, her vision, which is very important. If you have a vision to become a better coach, you need some specific values. If you can feel, choose, use that values, then you become a real coach. The coaching is not just about doing. It is very important doing for sure, but the values while you are doing coaching, the values that you are using, you are feeling like like from my point of view, I have the values of love, learning, sharing, my values, it is right here. And I am using my values to become a better coach. So, what I believe, while you are doing, have the proper values according what you are doing. If it is okay with each other, your vision, your doing, and your values is doing very well with each other, you are becoming a good coach. That is what I learned up to now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Umut Ahmet Tarakci, for your time today. It was a very insightful conversation. I'm sure our audience liked it too. Is there any one last message that you would like to give?
Yes, these days I am saying it to myself. Uh, I don't know how to translate it in English, but it's something like that. I don't want to live my life if I am not inside it.
Hmm. Wow, very huge quote. I don't want to live if I'm not inside it. Wow. Thank you so much. I would like to remind our audience again, please don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with your friends, with your network, and don't forget to hit on the bell for the next, this kind of 5 o'clock Tea Talks podcast. And our next issue of Coach Magazine Global will be published on 13th of November. Come to our website, the Coach Magazine Global, the Coach Magazine.com, right? I'm a little bit excited. Thank you so much for your time. Have a lovely evening.
Bye bye.
Bye.